بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، حمدا كثيرا دائما أبدا لا انقضاء له، نحمده ونستعين به ونتوكل عليه، ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له، ومن يضلل فلا هادي له من بعده. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله، أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد، وبارك على محمد وآل محمد، وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كما صليت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله واتباع أمره واجتناب نهيه. أما بعد، فقد روى الشيخ المفيد رحمه الله عن حذيم ابن بشير الأسدي أو حذلم ابن بشير الأسدي، وهو أحد أصحاب الإمام زين العابدين عليه السلام، يقول: دخلت الكوفة أياما بعد مقتل الحسين عليه السلام، وإذا بقافلة السبايا قد دخلت إلى الكوفة، وقد أحاط بهم الجنود، جنود بني أمية من كل جانب. يقول: فرأيت من جانب الإمام زين العابدين، يقول: رأيت الإمام زين العابدين علي بن الحسين عليه السلام في منظر مؤلم يكسر القلب. رأيته وقد وضعت الجامعة على عنقه، ويداه مغلولتان إلى عنقه هكذا، وهو يمشي والناس قد خرجوا لينظروا إلى أهل البيت، والنساء كن يبكين على وضع الإمام زين العابدين. يقول: فسمعته يهمس ويقول: يبكون علينا، من قتلنا غيرهم؟ يقول: هذا من جانب، ورأيت من جانب آخر زينب ابنة علي عليه السلام. يقول: رأيت السيدة زينب عليها السلام، هذه المرأة العظيمة، وانظروا إلى الوصف العظيم الذي وصف بها السيدة زينب عليها السلام، وصف ما أروعه وأجمله. يقول: رأيت زينب ابنة علي ولم أر خفرة أنطق منها. الخفرة هي المرأة التي تكون شديدة الحياء، المرأة الحيية، هذه تسمى خفرة. يقول: فلم أر خفرة أنطق منها، كأنها تفرغ على لسان أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام. بعض الناس يتصور أن المرأة إذا كانت حيية، إذا أرادت أن تكون شديدة الحياء، تحافظ على حيائها وعفتها واحتشامها وحجابها، فلا بد أن تسكت ولا تتكلم. فالحياء عندهم تنافي الشخصية البارزة والشخصية المتكلمة والمنطقة، لكن السيدة زينب عليها السلام تثبت أن هذا كله باطل، أن هذا غير صحيح. ففي نفس الوقت الذي يمكن للمرأة أن تكون حيية كلها حياء، يمكنها أن تكون منطقة وتتكلم أمام الناس بأجمل وجه، وهذا ما وصف به هذا الرجل السيدة زينب عليه السلام. لم أرى خفرة أنطق منها. في الوقت الذي السيدة زينب عليها السلام كانت خفرة، كانت قد راعت الحجاب الكامل، كلها حياء وعفة واحتشام. في نفس الوقت الذي كانت السيدة زينب خفرة، يقول: أيضا كانت منطقة، السيدة زينب كانت تلك الخطيبة اللوذعية المنطيقة صاحبة البيان الساحر والفصاحة والبلاغة الراقية. يقول كأنها تفرغ على لسان علي حينما تكلمت، كأن أمير المؤمنين كان يتكلم على لسانها. يقول ما رأيت امرأة جمعت بين هاتين الصفتين كزينب، من ناحية منطيقة هي لبوة على المنبر تتكلم وتترك ذلك الأثر الشديد في نفوس الناس حينما تخطب، وفي نفس الوقت حافظت على حجابها، حافظت على حيائها. ما أروعه من وصف. يقول أشارت بيدها إلى الناس أن أسكتوا. أصلا ما تكلمت، انظروا إلى شخصيتها. أشارت إلى الناس أن أسكتوا بيدها، وإذا بالأنفاس قد سكتت، وإذا بالأنفاس قد سكتت والأصوات قد هدأت. مجرد إشارة من السيدة زينب عليها السلام وكل الناس سكتوا، فخشعت الأصوات ولا تسمع إلا همسا كأن على رؤوس الناس الطير. هذه هي السيدة زينب، تلك اللبوة من ذلك الأسد أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام. ثم ألقت خطابا ناريا عظيما بليغا في مجلس ابن زياد هذا الطاغية، ورجت وهزت دولة بني أمية من أعماقها في تلك الخطبة العظيمة. ثم بعد ذلك خطبت في مجلس يزيد الخليفة الطاغية. يزيد يعني صدام، يزيد يعني القذافي، يزيد إنسان مو فقط لا يخاف الله، لم يترك حرمة للإسلام إلا وقد هتكها. مو فقط قتل الحسين، تعلمون كم صحابي قتل حينما استباح المدينة؟ استباح المدينة المنورة بجنوده وقتلوا الآلاف واغتصبوا الآلاف من النساء في مدينة رسول الله. ثم ذهبوا إلى مسجد رسول الله وهتكوا حرمة مسجد رسول الله، صاروا والعياذ بالله يتبولون في مسجد رسول الله. ثم رمى الكعبة بالمنجنيق. يعني أتصور اليهود في تاريخهم ما عملوا هذا، ولا الصهاينة ولا أي أحد عمل هذا كما عمل يزيد. حارب مكة، حارب المدينة، وحارب العترة. بعد شنو بقى من الإسلام؟ فهذا رجل لا يعرف حدود، إنسان لا يعرف حرمة، طاغية. لكن السيدة زينب وقفت أمام هذه الطاغية، وقفت أمامه وهي تقارع الباطل بملء شقيها. وقفت وخاطبته بكل استحقار، وقفت وخاطبته ووبخته بطريقة لم يسمع بها يزيد أبد. ما حد كان يجرأ يكلم يزيد بهذه الطريقة غير السيدة زينب. انظروا إلى شجاعتها، بسالتها، انظروا إلى جرأتها. وكان من ضمن خطبتها العظيمة في الشام أمام يزيد هذه الكلمات التي ترن في التاريخ وإلى أبد الآبدين. قالت له: أظننت يا يزيد حين أخذت علينا أقطار الأرض وضيقت علينا آفاق السماء فأصبحنا نساق كما تساق الأسارى، أظننت يا يزيد بفعلتك هذه حيث قتلت الحسين وأصحابه وأخذتنا كالأسارى، أظننت أن بنا من الله هوانا وعليك منه كرامة؟ تتصور أن الله سبحانه وتعالى يحبك، الله عز وجل فضلك علينا، والله عز وجل غضب علينا، وأن ذلك لعظم خطرك وجلالة قدرك عند الله عز وجل، فشمخت بأنفك فرحا مسرورا حين رأيت الدنيا لك مستوسقة والأمور لك متسقة، وحين صفي لنا وحين صفي لك ملكنا وسلطاننا. الله أكبر. شوف كيف تخاطبه، يعني هذا السلطان هذا الملك هذا ترى إلنا لأهل البيت مو إلك. حين صفي لك ملكنا وسلطاننا. تتصور الله عز وجل حابك فضلك علينا لأنك قد تربعت على العرش وعندك أموال وقوة وسلطة، ولكن الحسين عليه السلام قتل والحسين بقي بلا غسل ولا كفن. تتصور هذا لأن الله عز وجل يحبك وغضب على الحسين وغضب علينا؟ أبدا أبدا. إذا تصورت هكذا فأنت جاهل غارق في جهلك. قالت له: فمهلا مهلا يا يزيد، لا تطش جهلا، لا تطش جهلا يا يزيد، أنسيت قول الله تعالى؟ الإنسان أحيانا يتصور إذا الله عز وجل أنعم على عبد فهذا دليل على أنه يحبه، وإذا نزلت المصائب على آخر فهذا دليل على أن الله عز وجل يغضبه، أن الله عز وجل لا يحبه. سيدة زينب تقول: أنسيت قول الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم: ولا يحسبن الذين كفروا أنما نملي لهم خير لأنفسهم. لا يتصور الكافر المجرم إذا أعطاه الله شيئا من النعم ذلك يعني أن الله يريد به خيرا. هذا ما يقوله القرآن. إذن لماذا يعطيه؟ لماذا الله عز وجل يعطي الطغاة والظلمة قدرة وسلطة وسلطان وأموال؟ يقول القرآن الكريم: إنما نملي لهم ليزدادوا إثما ولهم عذاب مهين. الله سبحانه وتعالى يستدرج هؤلاء الظلمة، يعطيهم أكثر حتى يذنبوا أكثر ويرتكبوا جرائم أكثر، فيكون عقابهم أعظم وأكبر عند الله عز وجل. لولا السلطة، لولا المال والجاه والسلطة ما استطاع يزيد أن يرتكب هذه الجرائم، فهذه الأموال وهذه السلطة صارت وبالا على يزيد ونقمة على يزيد. كيف استفاد منها؟ هذا دليل الله يحبه. لو الله أحبه لما أمكنه أن يصل إلى الحكم، لأن الإنسان من يوصل للحكم كثيرا ما ينسى مبادئه وينسى دينه وينسى كل شيء، وتملكه الدنيا فيصير عبدا لشهواته وللدنيا. فالله عز وجل إذا يحب الإنسان يخليه يوصل للحكم؟ لا، الله عز وجل يحافظ على دينه على آخرته. وهذا ما قالت له السيدة زينب. لا تتصور أن الحسين بمقتله ذلك يعني أن الله عز وجل غضب عليه، لا بالعكس، الله أحبه ولذا اختار له الشهادة، والله أبغضك ولذا أعطاك هذه القدرة حتى ترتكب جرائم أكثر فأكثر ويكون عقابك أعظم فأعظم عند الله عز وجل. أكتفي بهذا القدر في الخطبة الأولى، ونكمل إن شاء الله في الخطبة اللاحقة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، إلها واحدا أحدا فردا صمدا لم يتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ونبيك ورسولك أفضل ما صليت على أحد من عبادك وأنبيائك ورسلك، وصل على وصيه من بعده أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام، وصل على الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، وصل على سبطي الرحمة وإمامي الهدى الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة، وصل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة المهدي المنتظر عجل الله تعالى فرجه، وجعلنا من أنصاره والمستشهدين بين يديه. Brothers and sisters, mu'mineen, mu'minat, the death toll from the devastating earthquake that happened on Monday in Turkey and Syria has risen to 22,000 and counting. By tomorrow, by the end of the week, it can easily reach 30, 40,000. One of the worst catastrophes of the decade. And many individuals are thinking, why did Allah Azza wa Jal do this to the people of Turkey? Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do this to the people of Syria? Don't they have enough on their plate, especially in Syria? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mad at them? Is Allah Azza wa Jal punishing them? Why would Allah allow these 22,000 poor individuals, innocent civilians, to die, many of them children? And at the same time that our hearts go out to the survivors, to the families that went through all those difficulties for the last few days, some individuals for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days under the rubbles until they were finally saved, and many were not saved. So yes, thousands of lives were lost, families torn apart, houses destroyed, towns were completely eradicated. At the same time that all of this happened, and it's truly heartbreaking, and it's truly painful for us to see them suffer in that way. But there are a few points that we should not forget, brothers and sisters. The first point is that every single one of us, brothers and sisters, sooner or later, will die one day. We'll leave this world. Sooner or later, a day will come in which we will leave. And this is the most certain truth of this life. If you doubt everything in life, then you can never doubt that you will die one day. Now, whether it's tomorrow or 50 years from now, what's the difference? The point is, you will leave this dunya one day. This is the fate that every human being is walking towards. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. The Holy Quran says, وَمَا هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهْوٌ وَلَعِبٌ وَإِنَّ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ لَهِيَ الْحَيَوَانِ. This dunya is worthless. This dunya is so short and temporary. It is all but a waste of time. It's all a game. And the true life is in the akhirah. So those individuals that died, they just moved on to the next phase. And every single one of us will move to that next phase sooner or later. So this is the first point that we have to realize, that we're all going to die one day. It's not just those people that died in the earthquake. Number two, we should not see this earthquake, brothers and sisters, as a punishment from Allah Azza wa Jalla. This is wrong. If Allah allows earthquakes to happen, now they have obviously scientific reasons why they happen. But this is the law of cause and effect and the natural laws of this life, the tectonic plates and whatnot. So it's not like Allah directly caused it, but this is how this dunya functions. Alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah. But why would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow such an evil thing to happen, 22,000 people to die? Brothers and sisters, where did those people go to? They went to Allah Azza wa Jal. They went to a better place. If I see death as punishment, as evil, then I would complain and ask, why would Allah take the souls of 22,000 people? But why do we see death in a very negative way? Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam says, Wallah labnu Abi Talib anas bil maut min al-tifli ila thadi ummah. He says, I look forward to death more than a child that looks forward to its mother's milk. Why do we see death as something bad, that if Allah Azza wa Jal took away the souls of some people, Allah hated them, punished them? No, maybe Allah loved them. Maybe Allah loved them. He wanted them to go back to Him. As we said, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Death is not the end, it's only the beginning. So it's maybe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loved them. He wanted them to come sooner to him. And there's a hadith where Muhammad ibn Muslim asked Imam Al-Baqir alayhi salam. He asked him, هل الموت خير للكافر أم الحياة? Listen to this question. He tells him, is death better for a disbeliever or is life better for him to continue living? Yani for a believer to live, for a disbeliever to live 90 years is better, disbeliever, a kafir, or to live a short life. Listen to the answer of Imam Al-Baqir. And this will help us in understanding these disasters and when Allah Azza wa Jal takes the soul of so many people. The Imam said, Al-mawtu khayrun lil-mu'mini wal-kafir. He said death is better for the believer and the disbeliever, both. Why? Muhammad ibn Muslim said, why? The human being wants to live a long life. He told him, as for the mu'min, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ لِلْأَبْرَارِ. What Allah has for you stored in the next life is a million times, a billion times better than whatever you have in this dunya. So don't see death as a downgrade. It's an upgrade for the believer. So definitely it's better for the believer to die than to live in this world that's filled with pain and misery. This dunya that is intertwined with struggle and difficulty. Alaykum as-salam. You cannot achieve anything without struggle. Everything that you achieve in this dunya, you have to struggle for it. This is the dunya. So is it better to stay in this dunya or to move on to a life that is pure pleasure? A life that you are under the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is pure pleasure without any pain. So it is much better for the believer to die than to live a long life. And as for the disbeliever, it's also better for him to die. Why? Because the more he lives, the more he sins, the more he disbelieves, right? If you live 90 years disbelieving, is that better? Or is 40 years of disbelieving in Allah Azza wa Jal and committing sins? So the Imam then read this verse that I mentioned in the Arabic khutbah. He said, وَلَا يَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّمَا نُمْلِي لَهُمْ خَيْرٌ لِأَنفُسِهِمْ إِنَّمَا نُمْلِي لَهُمْ لِيَزْدَادُوا إِثْمًا. That when Allah Azza wa Jal, He says, let not the disbelievers think that when we grant them respite, comfort, money, wealth, the disbelievers, let them not think that this means Allah loves them, Allah wants their benefit. No. Because all these tools that Allah gives them, He'll just use it to what? To commit more sins, more crimes, more disbelief. So when Allah gives them more and prolongs their life, they're just getting deeper into their sins, to their disbelief. So if Allah takes them earlier, Allah is saving them from so much other opportunities to disbelieve. So no matter how you look at it, whoever it may be that had died in that tragedy and the earthquake, it was better for them to go to Allah Azza wa Jal than to live in this terrible life, than to stay in this dunya that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam used to always condemn and run away from. Ya dunya ghurri ghayri طلقتك ثلاثا لا رجعة فيها. He says, I have divorced you, O dunya. I don't love you. I don't want you. Get away from me. فَعَيْشُكِ قَصِيرٌ. This dunya is so short. Even if you live a long life, it's short compared to the akhirah. وَخَطَرُكِ يَسِيرٌ وَأَمَلُكِ حَقِيرٌ. And what you have to offer is worthless. So why would I cling on to this dunya, brothers and sisters? If Allah truly loves me, this is when He decides to take me back to Him. He says, Khalas, you had enough of this dunya. You did your job. Yalla, now it's time to move on to the akhirah. When we forget that our abode, our destination is the akhirah, and we think this is everything, this is when we start to ask, why did Allah do this earthquake? Why did He take this soul and that soul? Habibi, this is a very short, temporary life. The faster you leave it, the better for you. If you go to take a test, do you want to be there for 8 hours or 1 hour and finish and go to the next step? The longer you are in the dunya, the more you will suffer in this dunya. This is how this dunya was engineered. And this is why, brothers and sisters, that earthquake that happened absolutely does not mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hated those individuals. No. In fact, maybe it's because he loved them and he wanted them to finally be relieved of this dunya. And this is exactly what Sayyida Zaynab alayhi salam told Yazid. She taunted him. And she told him, do not think, O Yazid, that by Allah giving you this power, that Allah loves you. And she recited that verse. Let not the disbelievers think that when we grant them respite, comfort, money, power, that we love them. No, these are just ways in which Allah wills them in and makes them commit more acts of aggression and sins. So Allah Azza wa Jal is wheeling you in by giving you power so that you commit more and more injustice. And don't think that Hussein alayhi salam means Allah hated him because he was killed on the day of Ashura. No. Allah Azza wa Jal has an ultimate plan. Do not just look at the part of the picture. Look at the ultimate plan of Allah that He has in store for every single one of us. That exceeds this dunya. And Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, what Allah did to him, even though it was punishment. I mean, it seems like it was punishment, but look, it was for his best interest. Look at the glory that Imam Hussein received because of Ashura. Yes, he did suffer. Yes, Imam al-Hussein went through so much difficulties. Does that mean Allah hated him? No, Allah loved him. The compensation that Allah gave Imam Hussein in the dunya, let alone in the akhirah, is unbelievable. Tell me which individual, 1400 years after his death, you find 20 million people marching to his grave during the Arba'een. You find thousands of people just offering food, offering shelter, offering every type of service you can imagine for the Zuwar of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. Tell me of any other human being that has this much glory given to him by Allah like Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam. Allah Azza wa Jal loved Imam Hussein. And that's why He wanted him to be a shaheed. Because being a shaheed is an honor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those individuals that died in Turkey and Syria, those individuals innocently died, sleeping maybe in their houses. They are all shuhada. They all died in a way in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had wanted them to die. It wasn't anything that they could have stopped. That's why they're all shaheed. We have traditions that if someone dies while his house falls on him, if the roof of your house falls on you and you die, the hadith says you're a shaheed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will write your name amongst the shuhada. So Sayyida Zaynab alayha salam, this is what she told Yazid. And that's why when she was asked by Ibn Ziyad, how do you see, how do you perceive what God did to you? He's trying to put her down. He's trying to mock her. He's trying to gloat at her. Yani Allah hates you. Look at what He did to Hussein and you. What did she say? 3 words. But these 3 words contain so much meanings, brothers and sisters. She said, مَا رَأَيْتُ إِلَّا جَمِيلًا. Whatever Allah did to Hussein, I see it as beautiful. Why? Because it's one bitter, yes it's bitter, phase of an ultimate plan of Allah Azza wa Jal that He has for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. That's why I see it as beautiful. Anything Allah Azza wa Jal has in store for the believers, anything Allah decrees for the believer, it is for his own good. But what? We have to be patient because we don't know the future. We don't know, we don't see the whole picture. Allah Azza wa Jal sees the full picture. And that's why there's a beautiful hadith from Al-Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam. Listen to this hadith. It's found in the book of Al-Kafi. He says, عجبت للمرء المسلم لا يقضى أو لا يقضي الله عز وجل له قضاء إلا كان خيرا له. He says, it is so amazing that whatever Allah writes for the Muslim, it's for his own good. And then listen to what he says. وَإِنْ قُرِّضَ بِالْمَقَارِيضِ كَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُ وَإِنْ مَلَكَ مَشَارِقَ الْأَرْضِ وَمَغَارِبَهَا كَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُ. Whether Allah decides to shred him into pieces or Allah makes him a king. Whatever Allah decrees for me, it's for my own good. I don't know how now because our minds are so limited, our knowledge is so limited. But on the day of judgment, we will realize why it was better for us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will compensate all those individuals that suffered in that earthquake. But you know what's disheartening? But you know what is very, very upsetting? The reaction. The reaction of many of the Western countries towards this catastrophe. I read yesterday that the US pledged a lousy $85 million for the 22,000 people that died, their families, the survivors. $85 million for the US is like 10 cents for you and I, brothers and sisters. Yani aslan, it's adding injury it's adding insult to the injury. $85 million? What is that going to do for the people of Syria and Turkey? 22,000 people and counting. By tomorrow, the next day, it's going to be much more because so many are under the rubble, they can't even reach them. $85 million? While look at Ukraine. See the double standard? People think, we hate the people of Ukraine. No, we don't hate the people of Ukraine. We stand for humanity wherever they may suffer. But look at the double standard. Do you know how much the US has given to Ukraine in the last year? This is, you can find it on congress.gov, the official website of Congress. They have appropriated $113 billion for Ukraine in this year. $113 billion. How many casualties in Ukraine from the Ukrainian people, according to that same website? 7,000. 7,000 casualties within 1 year, they get $113 billion. That's 22,000 and counting, a lousy 85 million pocket change. Yani the people of Ukraine are getting 1,000, almost 500 times more help than the people of Syria and Turkey. And this is sending a strong message that you people of Turkey and Syria aren't really worthy in the eyes of the US. The people of Ukraine, the white people, remember the civilized white people of Ukraine, they are much more worthy. Their soul, their lives are much pricier and worthier in the eyes of our government than the lives of those innocent people in Turkey. Had the US not even given anything, it probably would have been better. But what can you say? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. When our own Muslim countries, so-called Muslim countries, they race to create relations with the enemy, with the Zionists. What can you expect, brothers and sisters? This is how the condition and the affairs of the Muslim Ummah has reached. That the Muslim's life has become so worthless. Nobody cares about a Muslim life. Let 30,000 people die in Syria and Turkey, and it will be completely forgotten within a few days. But let other individuals die, 1, 2, 10, 20, and you'll see what happens. The whole world rises to help them. Why has the Muslim Ummah reached such a level, such a heartbreaking level, such a despicable level? Why? Why, brothers and sisters? Do you know why? Because the Quran says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ قَوْمًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. When we always wait and want others to help us, when we have governments in the Middle East that own trillions of dollars and they just want to spend it on war, they want to spend it on their own adventurous ideas and adventurous plans, this is what happens to the Muslim Ummah, unfortunately. We have no one, brothers and sisters, to turn to than Allah Azza wa Jal. When we see ourselves, unfortunately, this weak in the Muslim Ummah, and nobody cares about the Muslim Ummah. We have to try our best from here, from the US. Allah Azza wa Jal has given us an advantage that our voice here could be made heard, that we can try to influence our lawmakers so that they take more action towards helping these poor individuals, especially the people of Syria. They're already hammered with so many other difficulties. And now, on top of that, this disaster falls. من أصبح لا يهتم بأمور المسلمين فليس بمسلم. Most of us in our community are more concerned about the Super Bowl that's coming in 2 days than the people of Syria. Then we wonder what's wrong with the Muslim Ummah. Habibi, we don't care about each other. We want others to care about us. We want Allah to send miracle after miracle. But Allah sent us the greatest miracle, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the 12 Imams of Ahlul Bayt. What more do we want? Give this much to Allah Azza wa Jal. Just show Him a bit that you are willing to make a change, that you are willing to help your Muslim brothers and sisters as much as you care about the Super Bowl. Then you'll see how Allah Azza wa Jal will start to make those changes in the Muslim Ummah, in the world. But when we are only concerned about our desires and about our lives, فَإِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. It's really tragic just to even speak about the affairs of the Muslims today and what level we have reached, that everybody pities us, brothers and sisters, how we have become. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Brothers and sisters, before I end, I'd like to remind you once again that tonight, inshallah, we will be launching the Friday night live initiative. And this is an initiative that I spoke about last week that we have been working on for many, many days, many months. Thousands of hours have been put to make this program possible. And the objective of this program is to add some entertainment with education, with the Islamic teaching, so that our youth, instead of spending all their time in the hookah bars and their sahrat, they can come and enjoy themselves, and they can at the same time learn about Islam. And we're putting a lot of thought into this, brothers and sisters. Many experts have worked hard to make this program possible. Now, like I said last week, now it's your part, brothers and sisters, to come and support this program, at least by attending. Tell your friends to attend, to support these programs for our shabab, for the next generation. If you can support by coming, if you can support financially, just go in the auditorium and look at the stage that we have brought up. Look at the high quality program that we have set up for this community. Let us take advantage of this, brothers and sisters. Wallahi, Allah will hold us accountable. When we try our best to present these programs for the youth, but they don't show up. What's the excuse then? The masjid is boring, the masjid is Arabi, the masjid is this, this is fun, this is stand-up comedy, this is Islam. What excuse can I possibly have, brothers and sisters, on the day of judgment in front of Allah for wasting such an opportunity? So please, brothers and sisters, come and attend and support this program. And like I mentioned, if you want to help in this program, you have talent, then you can come up, and we're more than welcome to have you part of our team to make this program even stronger and stronger. Like I said, every other week we will be having it. Tonight is the launch at 8 p.m. sharp, and every other week, so February 24th, March 10th, and on. And trust me, brothers and sisters, you will not be disappointed. Inshallah, it will be a high quality program that we can all enjoy and benefit from. I ask you to all attend and invite your friends to attend. But remember, we have put an age limit, 18 and above, because So we apologize for anyone under this age, for children. This is not a program that we have prepared for them. Inshallah, we can prepare a similar program, but the topics that we want to speak about, they are not suitable for children. So please, brothers and sisters, understand where we're coming from. And we ask you to respect this fact that there is an age limit. If you're under 18, let's say 17, 16. If you're under that age, then we apologize. Inshallah, we can prepare another program, but we are limited in resources, we are limited in time, and we are limited in manpower. So this is phase one, a program that caters for this bracket, 18 to 40, 45, 50. But there's no, as long as you speak English and you have a passion for Islam, you can attend. But please remember the age limit. So we ask you tonight, I know you have commitment. I know you have to attend birthday parties. I know you have to attend this and that, and so on and so forth. But this opportunity, brothers and sisters, will not always be available. This opportunity, I believe, is the first of its kind in our community. Take advantage of it. We've attended enough weddings, enough birthday parties. Let us take 1 hour, 30 minutes. Wallahi, you will not lose anything if you come and attend this program and you show your support for these programs of the community. These programs that cater for the shabab. We keep on hearing these mosques, all they do is asabi', all they do is what? The general traditional lectures. We're trying to break that cycle. And we need you to help us. Because if we find people aren't interested, then we have done what we have done, our task. And the rest, like I said, brothers and sisters, the obligation is on you. And like I said, this is a fun. We're not charging anything. You can come, inshallah, enjoy the program. So please spread the word, brothers and sisters. And let us show that we are a community that prides ourselves in being followers of Ahlul Bayt, alayhim salatu wassalam, and Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. May Allah azza wa jal accept your a'mal. And there has been multiple requests for me to recite dua for some individuals in our community who are sick and need our dua. So let us recite Surah Al-Fatiha, brothers and sisters, for all the mu'mineen and mu'minat that need our dua. Let us please take recite Surah Al-Fatiha for them, and let us recite Surah Al-Fatiha for all those innocent individuals that died of Monday in Syria. Let's recite Surah Al-Fatiha for Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Malik Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Finally, can I request everyone to move in this area, please?